Like the baby's house.
Which one is
My daughter deserves more than two. I think the race director said something about giving back. Just saying.
Co-host. I don't know what you are. I'm CEO of the Sandling household, though.
I'm the driver, drummer, photographer, PR.
Manager?
Yeah, I guess.
I think CEO Robert's a manager.
He's named after me, though. True. But anyway.
Because you're cute.
I almost got myself true still. Anyway, alrighty.
Welcome to episode 9 of Nobody Wants to Hear episode.
You still have... Nobody here wants to hear it. You still got to read the sheet to get the name of the show.
No, I just want to double check I had it right.
I'm going to change it next week just because I can. If there's a next week, because we took 3 weeks off.
But everybody needs a vacation, even though we were on vacation.
Just life. Just life gets in the way sometimes, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
And we had family visiting. Kathy, my wonderful MILF, and Granddad stayed a whole week.
They need to come back.
Yes. We need other visitors. More visitors.
But yeah, not too many. I don't like people that...
Not at the same time.
No. And space it out at least like 2 years. Every election year, y'all can come visit. That's not a joke.
That's funny.
Anyway, this is episode 9. There is episode 8, but it'll be at the tail end of this video.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll film episode 8
I remember that.
The Cheesecake Factory. I had a great idea. I was like, we'll film this episode on the way to Cheesecake Factory. It was like a 10-minute episode and it was crap. But it's only at the end of this one. So, alright, that's intro. These notes are like a week old, so I'm not really sure we're going to follow these notes.
Just wing it.
So one thing we had to talk about the last couple of weeks, of course, we have a new church up here called Sojourner Church, short for Sojourner Church. It's hard for a redneck draw to say that real fast.
Say it 5 times fast.
Sojourner. I did. Anyway, so we were talking about, well, our pastor's really good in our eyes about talking about certain topics that most churches probably wouldn't want to talk about, or at least in like a face-to-face conversation we've had to him, he's really, solid on the way he answers us and, answering our questions and talking to us, just and not skimming around the questions. So we had this I guess imaginary scenario, just like say you were to go to, and this is again for those people who just take stuff out of context. This is not saying these people will do it or have done it or will do it or whatever. Like say for example, like a passion conference. Of course. For those who don't know what Passion Conference is, it's a Christian conference targeted towards 18 to 25-year-olds, basically college age, high school seniors. And, of course, obviously, they have chaperones, so obviously. And the door holders, as they call them. And the few security guards of Dutch people. Anyway, so it said, I think it would be cool if Passion Conference, you're like me, you're just like staring at a little car in here. There's a lot of cars in here. But it would be cool if, say, a Lou Gigi Lou or somebody on the Passion Conference stage were to come out and talking about biblical issues to the congregation at hand. And, like, obviously, salvation obviously is the biggest one, it's the most important one. But I think a lot of times we put in the back seat moral issues. Because lately, Roe versus Wade, the abortion issue has been big. Gay marriages will be big to the end of time and all that stuff. But it's like, because we know a lot of people that either we were teachers to in student ministry or friends with who were, straight and narrow per se. That's not judgment, just paraphrasing here. Then once they get older, get out of church or whatever, they kind of drift off. Or people leave church because basically it's like a return, they can't have their way. So like, what would you think the reaction would be if I go on the Passion Conference stage and basically talk about biblical views in a biblical way? Which I was wondering, I would kind of like to see the reaction of those in the audience.
I don't think per se the reaction would be bad. I'm sure you step on some toes and offend some people, but isn't it to some degree the gospel's supposed to be offensive in a way?
It was like what Paul said, it's foolishness to those who don't understand.
Right, and I think those issues need to be touched on because like you said, otherwise if it's not, as soon as you address those things, it's easy to just go with the flow, go with the majority, go with what your friends are doing. If you don't address those issues before you ever get there.
Well, I saw a video on daily devotions on Instagram. I think is what it was. I was looking through some reels. It's probably the only few reels I actually thought was like worth anything. But he was showing a video where Joel Osteen's church. I know some people are like this with him, but in this case, I'm on his side or the church side for reasons. So these 3 ladies went in there, took their dresses off, they had their underwear on, and were saying, "Our body, our choice. Our body, our choice." And while Osteen was trying to preach, and he handled it well. And he just was like, hey, some people were just glad to be in the house of the Lord. Amen. Congregation. So they walked them out. I think stuff like that's a little silly, or really, really silly. It's like,
I know that.
I don't know. It's odd. You go to a church, our body, our choice. It's like, I don't know really what to say, but it's just stupid. Like, you're not going to change. Well, here's the thing, though. A church that size, I know they're in Texas. That thing just, what was that?
What? Probably my foot on the floor.
Anyway. Oh, it was like, psh. Anyway. I was like, that thing recording still? I seen it flash, this thing. Anyway. Anyway, well, the thing is, like, it's a southern church, per se, a large church size. Because I thought I heard some boos in there originally, or cheers when they stood up. Oh, yeah. But it's like, I wonder how many people in that congregation were like, oh my gosh, what are they doing? Or some people were like, yes, finally somebody says it.
Right.
Because, I mean, I don't know what they expect to do in the church. It's not like you're going to change your mind, because the thing about faith, they are installed morals. Or sometimes they're learned morals. It's a touchy subject, but it's like, I don't know. I don't see why you go to church. It's like your mom has been having conversations about different things in church that bother her. Like one thing she brought up, like in the Messianics and stuff, she, in her mind, everybody knew how each other felt about certain topics, which, well, like I said, I've never been in that, so I can't say anything. But definitely in more modern or contemporary, or whatever church you want to call them, that's another point I got to bring up a second about the contemporary church. Anyway, about more church, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? The traditional contemporary stuff.
Maybe.
Anyway, so but like in like bigger churches or just churches in general, I bet a lot more churches are split on issues more than we like to admit, and not just political, but like even issues that like the Bible speak of, like women preachers, gay marriage, abortion, anything really, like even down to like the carpet on the floor.
People always find something to disagree about. But something that you touched on briefly at the beginning, one thing that I really appreciate with Pastor Corey's preaching at our church here, Sojo, is the one thing that we were talking about this past Sunday was that with his sermons in this latest sermon series, he's doing his frequently asked questions, where it's like a lot of different questions that people ask, some common, some uncommon. But anytime that he addresses a question, he always goes through the answer through different scriptures. And I appreciate that, because a lot of people give theology, give opinion, but he actually says, okay, here's the question. Now let's read the different Bible verses throughout the Bible that support the answer they give it. So that way you're actually going back to the source. And I really appreciate that with his preaching.
I'll say about that. I'll say give my answers like somebody was like, "He's not crazy. We need to use the Bible. We need to use the Bible." I'm trying to remember. What was it about the marriage in the Bible? 2010. See, 22:10. I don't know, but that's something I've been thinking about lately, just because, like, obviously you follow the dark world of social media, you get a lot of people who are Christian but yet have non-Christian. It's like they view Christianity as like a social club, and like you can change the club if you don't like it. I mean, there's stuff like I'll admit there's stuff in the Bible I don't like. I mean,
it can be offensive.
Yeah, well, not to say like I'm mad about it, but there's like sin is fun.
On your toes.
Like you're stepping on my tripod.
I'm not stepping on your tripod.
But like Jamie said, people said, he said people lied to people, said sin is not fun. It's like sin is fun, because like doing things the right way, especially like doing homework, for example. You can always look at the backside of the book and get the answers, which is a fun and easy way. But will you really learn anything? Uncle B skilled me for that all the time. We stay up to midnight doing math homework. But
that's funny.
What funny then? What fun did say to midnight? But anyway, probably didn't go nowhere with that comment. But so Yim's ranch time. Who's ready?
Uh-oh.
So what church? Anyway, we passed a church. We're coming from Millbridge. Will we pass the traditional contemporary church, or was it from the train station? Anyway,
Oh yeah.
where were we coming from?
The train, I think.
Anyway, there was a church. There's a lot of churches who do this. They have a traditional and a contemporary service. So I thought that was kind of weird. It's okay. Well, first time I'd seen it years ago, I was like, okay. Now later on, I think it's kind of weird. Like, you have to basically appease a crowd so they can worship. I don't think it works that way. Because somebody from Hillview had shared a post about a lot of churches are missing great opportunities and not singing hymns by songs they were. So I forgot how she put it, but basically how powerful those songs are. And of course, I'm more of a modern worship guy. Obviously, I'm younger. But I hate that the fact that we think because something has age on it makes it more holy or just better per se. Now, granted, like wine, I never drink it, but I assume it's better when it's older. But like, and my response to that, and of course, I only have like 100-some Instagram followers, so it's not like I changed the world with my comments, and I'm sure nobody cares. Like I said, it's what I call it, nobody wants to hear it. But I don't think we should be doing traditional and contemporary services because really, like with each generation, each group of people, there's a different sound. Our hearts, seasons change, and so does the sound. Like for me, like songs I write, I write songs for different seasons. Granted, it may sound the same, but each song I write comes out of a different season. And so they may not sound different, maybe they do, but each song represents a different season. What do you think?
I agree.
We're supposed to get real deep right there. We're supposed to get real deep. I agree. But I don't know, just somebody who's like been in the worship stuff. It's just kind of weird just to have to like separate traditional and contemporary. And traditional, really, that also is not a term that should be really used in church either, because traditions don't save you, hymns don't save you, Hillsong United won't save you. I think it's funny we do stuff to appease people that's not, or like Mark Lowry says, there's stuff he learned at Bible school that's not in the Bible. Like we do stuff that to like teach the Bible's not in the Bible. Like traditional, contemporary, like why can't you just do both? Like I know junior high worship when I was over there, Pastor Jeremy Human was like, hey, why don't we do hymns one week? Okay. So we did like Amazing Grace for Chains of God in it as well. I had no problem doing that. But he in his mind, like, hey, the kids will know the songs better. Okay. But he wouldn't come from the standpoint like, well, these are hymns, and like, oh, the kids have been saved.
Right.
Had he said that, it might be a different story, my opinion of what he said. But same time, I think some people are sticklers about it. Is the music thing is actually the biggest sticking point for a lot of Christians, I think. Right.
I guess it depends on the person, really.
Well, because I know a lot of people will say, I wish we do older stuff again. But it's like, again, it's like, I understand. Because like, there's a lot of older stuff that I'll sometimes go back and listen to over the newer stuff. It just really just sometimes I always find new stuff. But
sometimes different songs are for different seasons of life, too. Mm. One's not better than the other. The older hymns aren't better than the contemporary. Contemporary's not necessarily better than older hymns. It's just different songs or different season, different time, and there's a place for both.
I finally found that verse I was looking at, I think. I was thinking. Let's see, was it? Oh, was it Matthew 22:23 he used?
I don't know what you're looking for.
Is that the marriage in the Bible? Oh, that's what it was. Talk about. I was gonna tag on this section here before we were talking about, but Corey talked about Sunday, but we didn't pass that ship. So. Anyway, it's Matthew 22:23 verse through 33. You should read it, and then go watch Corey's sermon about marriage in heaven. I will say, so in the notes, because it was one of the questions Sunday was, will you be married in heaven? Because I'd always been taught, or in my mind I thought, no. But his answer was yes and no. Then I had like, before he even says like, oh, got it. Basically like, we are the bride of Christ, so you will be married in that sense, but also you're not going to be married, like me and Hannah will not be married in heaven. Because I was thinking, because I was trying to answer the question before I even said it, so I think marriage will be less thing on our minds in heaven. I'm just saying. Because a lot of people always joke around, but there'll be fried chicken sandwiches. There'll be this in heaven. There'll be that in heaven.
All day.
And like, our pastor would say that jokingly, our old pastor. But it's like, then of course, come to realization, there's so many, there's a glorious moment being in heaven that.
You're there to worship.
Yeah. Because I used to ask Mom as a kid, will there be race cars in heaven? Will it be this?
I used to ask if I'd see my cats in heaven.
Yeah. Of course, that's just part of being young. You have a bigger understanding. But, but it was nice to talk. hear him talk about heaven and hell in the way he did Sunday. Of course, it wasn't like a brimstone thing, but he definitely was real. It was like, yeah, Jesus is the only way to heaven. Of course, if you don't have Jesus, separation from God, that's hell. But, I always love it. Let's see what else I got on here. Oh! Well, actually, technically, so another note I had made in my great thinking, nobody's going to watch this. I'm too scared to write today. These notes are a week old. So I always compared racing, the world of racing, to the world of church in the sense of, like, see, Hannah's bored down. She's over kicking her feet like she's in church.
No, I'm massaging my foot.
You got to show everybody what you bought.
My foot massage bowl. It's amazing. $4.99 on Amazon.
But I think the worlds of racing and church are very similar in the way that you can never please anybody, and everybody hates new stuff, and everybody hates old stuff. Because NASCAR just introduced the Chicago Street Course a couple weeks ago. Everybody knew about it before they announced it. Steve Phelps, the president, sent out an email to all of us, keep it confidential. I'm like, good job at keeping it confidential. Like, nobody knows about it. Because when I went to Atlanta a couple weeks ago or whatever, they're asking people about it. Of course, most of the time, I notice they don't believe everything you read on the internet, but the rumors were out there, and I'm sure people knew. People knew it was going to happen. Because, like, RCR is supposed to announce something August the 8th, and it leaked today, which is August 1st, that Austin Hale's driving a 33 on Sunday. But, so a lot of people are glad that NASCAR is going to Chicago because it's a new market, and some people are upset because they don't like Chicago, whether it's for political reasons or just the city itself, which is, well, and like, it was kind of like I was talking about the music and everything with churches. Churches and racing, very same thing. Like, like you're introducing Chicago Street Course to NASCAR. For some people may love it, some people hate it. It's like when you introduce a new song, like when Reckless Love came out. People either love it or hate it for various reasons.
I think it's very simple. You're never going to make everybody happy. There's no reason to try.
Agreed.
There's always going to be somebody
but
that's something to say in the opposite.
I think with NASCAR, there's a middle ground because a lot of times they do tend to lean in directions heavier one than the other. Like they're trying to be real inclusive to people nowadays. They've kind of gone more on the liberal side of it politically with everything, which and of course, I mean NASCAR is a company, a brand. They're not a church. It's not their job to spread the gospel. That's mine as a Christian who works there. But it's like I feel like you can sometimes, and I'm sure a lot of people agree, the sports companies can go too far into politics and to inclusivity and forget the sports part. Because I feel like NASCAR does a lot of good stuff as far as brand, but as far as product of the sport, I think they still lack sometimes. Because, with all the LGBT stuff and whatever else they may promote, like, what is the racing product going to be like? The new cars have been great, and then that's another thing, but, like, you can't forget that you still have to focus on your main product. Your main product is your racing, not your political ideas. Whatever. Like if me and you were doing racing, I mean, we can run for office 1 and 2, but that's not necessarily going to improve the racing product. We're still last place. We're still last place. It don't matter how we vote politically. So that's my burden with NASCAR. It's like he said, you guys, because even in an employee survey we did, they asked about what we thought about social issues there, and I mean I think what they've done is great. I mean they've been inclusive. Like I said, I'm there now. I mean, maybe in the 60s I wouldn't have been. But it's like, now you're at a point, it's like, you're doing too much. It's like, I have commented and said, you guys are a racing company, not a political entity. Focus on the racing. Which is like I said, and I'm not saying you go out here and just start throwing hate speech and flipping people off and everything. Just do that. But at the same time, like, there's a fine line between being welcoming and then being just annoying. And just, like, being too much. Just focus on what you know to do. Like a church, their main focus is bringing people to Jesus. They should not be focused on t-shirt sales. Like, granted, if you sell t-shirts, it's fine. As long as that money is used to God's will accordingly and all that, blah, 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 it's fine. But you're not there to sell t-shirts. You're there to spread the gospel. There you go. All right. And we went to Millbridge Wednesday. Segway. That was a segue. You like the segue?
What's a segue?
Transition.
Oh.
If this is a NASCAR show, they'd be all over our butts because we don't segue nothing. And I can't. I couldn't show this on TV. Oh, car flip! You can't show. If you work in NASCAR media, if a car flips, you're not allowed to show it in any of the videos that we make because it's considered detrimental to the brand of NASCAR. Because I was explaining to me that we were technically NASCAR PR, which yes we are, but so car flipped over.
Yeah, but anyways, we went to Millbridge, dirt last Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Chase Briscoe stood us up. Briscoe, if you're listening to this, which I know you're not, I'm mad at you. We went all the way out there just to see you race.
But there ended up being some other NASCAR driver there.
What was that one bulldozer that was there?
Chastain.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Ross Chastain, I'm sorry. He was there.
Anyway, but there were a bunch there, so it was a late night, and I almost didn't make it Thursday at work. But it was fun, and then last couple Tuesdays, we've been going to
The Summer Shootout.
Legends cars here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
And Bandoleros.
And it was fun. We got to take Kathy, my mill, and Granddad to that. And Granddad really liked it a lot. So
He kept saying, man, I've never been to a racetrack before, man.
It's so big.
Oh my gosh, I've never been to a racetrack this big. And
I have to insert picture of Granddad here.
like right there.
Right here.
I'm not sure if it got a frame size for right there. Maybe up here. I could probably fit him right there.
Okay, up there.
You know I won't do it just because I'm lazy. I won't do it. I'll just full screen it.
Pick Granddad here.
Boom! Full screen. After time. Boom! Full screen. Oh yeah, we did take a picture. You got to take a picture of Jimmy Johnson on the wall. That's funny.
But they had so much fun, and we took him to Mayberry. We got to go to Mount Airy, North Carolina, so go see Mayberry and the hometown of Andy Griffith. Go see museums and stuff. That was fun.
And Mom got to go to Penske, see her man's car get made, Logano.
Slogano.
Yes, I took her Junior Motorsports, of course. I got to see the inside of the Dirty Mo studio, just vaguely. And of course, you can't take pictures inside in the Junior Motorsports shop. But I wanted to take them to Millbridge, but it didn't work out, of course, with work and Stack of Pennies being late on Tuesday. Huh? I could say that. It goes late. Everybody says it.
Okay.
Except for a few people.
Oh, and this last weekend we got to go to the Transportation Museum. Josh and Jessica took us. And that was so much fun. It was trains, lots of trains. Trains everywhere.
I didn't have to be mean to you just once.
Why?
Again, so Bill, my uncle. It's so funny though. So he had this ribbon from Dollar Tree. I wish I had one here, but all you do is pull a string and it makes the bow. You know, because Uncle Bill had one.
Oh, pretty cool.
Yeah, and it handed us law. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. And Uncle Bill looked at me like, and he goes, girl, I can put a ribbon on cow patty and you'd be happy. And he does his laugh. He always does. You know, it's like I can't do it. I can't do
I
it.
just thought of it.
You know, that's it. Is that it? Is that it?
It's close.
Okay. I don't feel
You're so mean.
I'm not being mean. That's what it was. At least he can say that I said it. It was funny. I was making fun of you anyway.
Anyway, that had nothing to do with my trains. The trains.
Yes, it did. Because you had the exact same reaction every train we saw.
Because the trains were fantastic, from the engine to the caboose. It was great. We got to ride a train too.
I like your caboose. I like.
You can't say
I
that.
I like touching your caboose. Oh, it's biblical. I got a license. What?
Anyways, oh.
Don't touch your caboose.
Super excited coming forward in August, the 24th through the 29th to be exact. What do we have coming up again?
Wait, I don't have one. Wait.
What are you looking for?
But wait. It's a good visual, and I hope a back them show. Oh, this guy right here is going to win Daytona. Is that what you're talking about?
Daytona, but not him.
He'll win. You think this guy's going to win Daytona?
Probably not. Bless his heart.
I think what will happen, you know. I'm gonna give a visual. What's going to happen? They're going to bump draft, and then one of these numbers here will probably happen. Remember, Larson's coming to the white flag.
I
Okay.
forgot Elliott.
Elliott's in wreck by now.
Elliott.
He's got 4 wins.
He's
We don't care about Elliott. He's got 4 wins. Briscoe and Larson.
Poor Jonah's enjoying.
Okay, here we go. This is next gen. This is the last gen. Just imagine. They're going to turn 1. No. All right, go to turn 2. Backstretch. You know, they're drafting. Brrr, brrr. Turn 3. I'm off frame. I know. Turn 4. Oh, Briscoe makes a move. Oh, they touch. They both crash. And then somebody like Christopher Bell comes through and wins again.
Woo!
No, not woo. Larson didn't win. So then I burn every TV down.
Anyways, coming in August,
How much time
we
do we
get to take my parents and Kathy, my milk, to a Daytona race for Wednesday through Monday, and we get to take Kathy to the ocean, which I'm super excited about. make her get in, but I won't drown her. And super excited for vacation because it'll be great. Getting to take my parents and his mom to the races for the first time.
Her dad's been to a NASCAR race with us before.
Really excited?
Yeah. Give me the stickers. Roxy's never been. Anyway, alright, so I got 5 minutes. I got wrap it
Nor
up.
is Kathy.
Huh?
Kathy either.
No, shit. But anyway, alright, so we're wrapping this thing up right here because we're about to run out of time. But for those of you in the viewing area or who have a P.O. box, pigeon, mailbox, I can send a pigeon. Pigeon, I can send you a pigeon.
Okay.
I had a joke for that. Anyway, alright, the church band has stickers. These are holographic stickers. I know they have a little rainbow to them. That's not what you think. They're holographic. You know, see. For those of you viewing at home, if you're still watching, see a hologram. So I'll send you one of these. Just ask for one. I'll mail you one. Or if you're in the viewing area, I'll give you one by hand, just like this. Hold your hand out. There you go, sister.
It's a get one free. It's a get one free.
Get one free.
Get one free offer.
For a limited extended time warranty on your Nissan Sentra.
If you get one free, you get a second one free.
But
we'll double your offer.
Somebody forgot to charge the camera. So we had to do part 2 again. I think it's the second time.
Me, so let everybody do their deductions and figure out who it
Oh,
was.
you know what it was? Last time you made a joke I had to cut out. So that's the second time in a row we've been show it here.
It's your fault.
The joke was funny though, I just couldn't use it. But anyway, so I will send you, seriously, I will send you a sticker if you want one. I'll mail it to you, just let me know. It costs you $595 plus shipping and handling. I'm just kidding, they're free. They're free $95. You get it free $95. I was going to go somewhere else with that. Oh, so the church band, which is me, Matthew Adams, Garrett Darren. I'm just going to tell them we're doing it.
Oh.
We'll tell what we're doing. We're working on hopefully getting a show in Horse Cave, Kentucky. We're working out some details. Hopefully we can officially announce that, but just keep an eye out for that. Go ahead.
No.
Secondly, I've got some little kid news for me.
What?
So, my uncle, for those of you who know Billy Duval Jr., he does Stevie Wonder and Motown shows back in Bowling Green, Kentucky. I think he record. I'm so paranoid about this thing because I can never say it. Okay, record. Anyway, so with Billy Duval Jr., they're doing a Stevie Wonder tribute show April the 22nd of 2023. Finally getting to do it. So it's been delayed because of COVID and some other things, but they're finally getting to do a show. Tickets are on sale now. It's at, I don't know what the website is, but it's going to be at Sky Pack in Bowling Green, I assume.
It'll be on Skypack's website.
Yeah.
Either which way.
And I'm sure some of you Billy Duval Jr. fans, y'all find it. Y'all probably know anyway. And,
they in the know.
Yeah. And for also asking for a cupcake. He loved that. He's going to kill me because I said that.
Cupcake.
He's going to kill me if he sees that. Every time I mention his cupcake selling or something, he gives me that.
I need a cupcake.
Well, you can fly home in about an hour. You can probably go get a cupcake.
True.
Or we're going to drive down there and get a cupcake.
No, I'm dry fly.
And we didn't win the Powerball or whatever the Mega Millions is, so sorry.
Obviously.
I wish we would have won the Mega Millions. Oh, anyway. Oh, well. But anyway, remember, Stevie Wonder next year, April 22nd, 2023. I thought we were getting us tickets.
Depends on if we go home for it.
We gotta go home
Well,
for
I mean, we gotta go.
We gotta go home for it. It's in Bowling Green. I've been wanting to see Stevie Wonder show forever. Honestly, the Motown show, that's all I ever cared about Stevie Wonder. I didn't care about the rest of it. I like Stevie Wonder.
Aww.
Hey.
Will he be singing the whole time?
Yeah, it's a Stevie Wonder tribute show.
Oh, he'll be singing the whole time.
As far as I know. I mean,
Will he wear his blind glasses?
So I used to when
I guess we can get a haircut out of it.
Oh, shut up. So used to what he do. Of course, obviously, Stevie Wonder's blind. So he come out. So he did one or two ways. Either way, he come out. He put out his glasses from his coat, and he do his, little Stevie Wonder rock. Or somebody would walk him out as his blind head beat, whatever. And so, but anyway, we're almost done.
Just making sure. I'm pretty sure you're past time.
Past time. We're going to the gym.
Yeah, we are.
Anyway, this show went off the place. This is probably the highest rated show.
Nah, I don't.
Oh, I should have cut it short because we got episode 8 on there. All right, I got to cut this short. Let's pray. No, I really did because I forgot to put episode 8 at the bottom of it. Anything else you want to say?
Nope.
Any blessings? I feel like there was some other stuff I want to bring up.
I'm sure. We can put it on next time.
If there is a next time.
There you
It'll
go.
be next month. Be like the pit stop show in NASCAR every month. All right, let's pray. So you're I didn't want to pray big God. Oh, also stream my new single came out. Anyway, Corley Joy does that. We can't use that.
What is this?
So anytime somebody wins a race, Tristan had to win a race. Everybody, round of applause.
Oh, I didn't know that. You have to tell Corey I did it.
Anyway,
Alright, go ahead.
I'll see him tomorrow.
Just pray.
Lord Jesus, thank you for this moment. Thank you for letting two silly little rednecks do a fun little show like this. And I just pray some people who see it get a little enjoyment out of it. I'm just able to escape from the harsh realities of the world, but not run from it. And I pray that us two and then those that are listening who are believers, you always spread your gospel through not just the words, but through our actions and the way we treat others and the way we live in our lives. And we thank you for this great nation that even though we're in a rough spot right now, but I'm just thankful that we get to have the freedom to do stuff like this and the freedom to worship you. So Lord, just let our lives reflect you, and let anyone who doesn't have a relationship with you be found by you, to be saved by you, and be baptized into your family. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. You ready to the outro?
Yeah.
1, 2, 7. Actually, you got to tell your story. We're going like this. What were you telling about work earlier?
What are you talking about?
Do it. You got to do it.
No, we did attach that as a video on the end.
This is the end.
Like, if there's no room.
It's called a slice. It's called slice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I told Yim today that at work we had like 4 people. Their wounds were healed, so they got discharged.
You didn't say the same thing.
Okay, I told Yim today that we discharged like 4 patients today because they were healed.
Oh, praise the Lord! They were what?
Healed.
Well, say it one more time.
Healed.
Say it one more time.
Healed.
Well, were they blessed? They were what?
We didn't do it as
I'm going to.
Yeah, they were healed.
You can't stick work with me. That's why we don't have any ratings. This is you. It's you.
It's not me. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm catching the Holy Spirit because somebody was
blessed.
No, healed.
Healed.
Well, you are blessed. Because they were
healed.
Because they were
healed.
We just made a whole gospel song right there. Because they were praise break. I did if you do it. No, I'll check it out.
Okay, bye.
No, one more time. They were.
I was gonna kiss you. I was gonna kiss you for the end of the outro.
We need to go. It's 7 o'clock.
We need to go to the gym. Okay, bye.
Get off my camera. Get off. No, walk off.
You walk.
You walk. It's my camera. Uncle Bill bought it for me. You want to spank Uncle Bill? Hey, Hannah, where we going?
Cheesecake Factory for a hot, sexy date night.
This would be, I guess, episode 8. We could do a mini-sode.
Oh, that's cute.
Mini-sode.
Yeah.
Because I've been too lazy to pull out all the camera gear this week.
We have all of 9 minutes till we get there.
Well, good. It'll take longer than 9 minutes to get there.
Well, there's traffic.
Take like 9.7. Did you miss me when I was in Atlanta?
Yes. It was quiet and lonely. And I would startle myself if I said something to myself. Because like all of a sudden it's really loud if I said something because I start talking to myself.
I hadn't done that one.
Or if I'm watching a movie and I start talking to the TV to tell them to shut up or, do the right,
Talking to TV is kind of normal.
Yeah, but
it's like me hollering at Larson when he's on TV.
When you do that, it's like, oh, dang, that was loud because it's so quiet. And then all of a sudden you hear somebody talk.
So
it's like 3 days of no talking.
If we do post this, I apologize because there's not going to be structure to this because my script's at the house. And I'm just trying to get some content to keep the numbers up on the analytics.
Well, the number's going to be up because Sexy Man's got a sexy bow tie.
Or it could be like NASCAR. I'm going to say this, even though I shouldn't. Alex Weaver made a good point because we had to work 4th of July. I know, woe was me. But she's like, we're not going to miss any viewers or whatever if we just film the next day, which I agree. So.
Hey, there's a Ferrari place. We should go get us a Ferrari.
Can you afford this Ferrari?
We could spot and steal it. Like Granddad.
Or our Granddad. We have a confessional. That Challenger's not gonna make it.
Barely.
Wow.
Granddad and Kathy are on their way.
I need a GoPro facing the other way so they can see the idiots of North Carolina driving.
True that. One going each way.
Gosh. Anyway, so I went to hot Atlanta, and it rained, and it rained, and it rained, and it
rained
down on me. Don't you do that. I thought you were gonna do follow. That's not how so. Anyway, you just made half of the black gospel community bad just then, I'm sure.
That'd be get over it.
I started it. Okay, I'll do it. Anyway, so Friday we went to the Boys and Girls Club to shoot a little hype video, I guess you want to call it, highlight video. They brought out some simulators, Ben and Jerry's ice cream, little toys for the smaller children to play with.
Tell me there was ice cream.
I told you it was Ben and Jerry's.
I don't remember.
Anyway, there was Ben and Jerry's. We didn't get none of it.
Oh, whatever.
But one interesting part about the Boys and Girls Club, well, they bought a race car too, last gen. But anyway, the fun part about it was, well, it's not fun, but funny. We were under a lockdown for one point, and it was storming around. So we thought, okay, maybe it's a tornado lockdown or something, whatever. Okay, cool. Apparently, it was like a threat on the building. We had no idea. They wouldn't tell us what it was. So just the fact we didn't know what the threat was made us worry more.
You never did find out officially what it was. What did you?
Somebody made a threat to a couple of clubs, like the boys.
Like a bomb threat or shooting threat or?
I have no idea. Whatever it was, the police cleared it up, so we were fine. But like I had seen a police officer go in the oh, that was my bird. Like in the backfield of the school we were at. Excuse me. So we were like, okay. So I don't know. Anyway, so it went over. Now me and Paula went down there for work stuff, and we were trying to figure out. She's like, we are in the right spot over. I was like, shoot, I don't know. I said, Paula, am I getting lynched back here? It was kind of, I won't say backwoods, because there's a difference between backwoods and then what we were at. It was like the hood had met the backwoods. It just met some other bad places. But anyway, we survived. I didn't get no free ice cream though, so the trip sucked. Also though, the hotel was very, very nice. We stayed in. When I went into the room, they had my name on the TV monitor.
That's weird. Why'd they have your name on the TV monitor?
I have no idea.
It's cool though.
It was cool.
You're so official and big. You're a big wig now.
Yeah, my paycheck don't say that. Whatever. Of course, it is the poison I chose. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, they have a wreck, didn't they?
Where?
Right here.
They did?
No. Oh.
No, they just all don't know what they're doing.
Dude.
Oh, this one. What are you doing?
He broke down the middle of the road.
Oh dang. Go figure.
Oh.
Oh, watch it. He's going over.
Dude. Good grief.
Okay, man.
Oh no, he hit somebody. I think. No, he didn't. Anyway, oh my gosh, North Carolina people. Well, he has a dually.
Well, it doesn't help that we're just a little bit in South Charlotte right now for our date night, and so the traffic down here is really crazy.
North
That's why we don't come down here.
Yeah. I had a point I was going to. Oh, the hotel was very nice. We stayed in. It was a Marriott. Was it Marriott?
No, you said Hilton.
Hilton.
But Hilton's by Marriott.
Anyway, it was a Hilton. Anyway, so it was very fancy. Too nice for me, but we still had to pay for breakfast.
But you got it covered.
Yeah, through NASCAR. But I still
Did you get all your receipts turned in?
Yeah, I turned it $22 for breakfast buffet.
Hey, but it's fun when it's on somebody else.
It's not fun when it don't taste good.
Well, that's true.
I mean, the bagel was okay. The eggs were.
But eggs out are always blah.
Unless it's Cracker Barrel or Waffle House.
True.
Or Chick-fil-A.
But Huddle House is
Huddle Houses and stuff. I had a barbecue chicken sandwich that cost $27 with fries. I guess it was what they charged for the fries. Anyway, all right, on to the race weekend. Austin Hill won the Xfinity race. I will say, the race was not what I expected, being the Super Speedway style of racing.
There's the bookstore we went to.
They can't see that.
No, but that was the one that was really good out there.
Oh, it's not about the Call of Duty game.
Yeah.
It got that I should took it back. Fussed at them. No, I bought that in Cincinnati.
I don't know where you went.
Anyway, Austin Hill won the Xfinity race after it rained and rained and rained. So the qualify was canceled. The hard part about being on staff at NASCAR and going to those races is not being able to interact with the drivers like you want to. Obviously, professional, you're not allowed to ask for a picture. Well, yeah, I was fangirling a little bit. Because I got to be on the grid when they did drivers' intros. Hannah saw me on TV.
I did.
Yeah. Paula made me aware, said, that's a bad thing. I said, oh, okay. Said, as long as they're not trying to be on TV, it's okay.
There were lots of others on TV from NASCAR, too.
Well, they say don't try to be, but try to stay on the camera if you can.
I don't think they were trying to be.
No, none of us were.
Yeah.
But I would have tried to anyway.
No.
But I was on camera with Ty Gibb. But anyway, so the racing was different in the spring because they ran an intermediate aero package with the super speedway engines. Basically restricted engines, but 1.5 mile cookie cutter track style aero package. So the aerodynamics package was different, and the grip levels were different from the spring. It was hot and slick after the rain and the heat, so you didn't have one big group. You had multiple groups of like 9 or 10 vehicles apiece, and then they wait till the last lap to make their final move, and obviously it was too late. Austin Hill won. So anyway, that was racing fun. And Jesse Wuju spun out in lap 2 3/4.
This is our. I saw it.
That was like. Then Larson.
We need gas.
Yeah, we've got 11 miles. We'll be all right. So if you're watching, and of course it's pre-taped, so Venmo us some money.
Gas money.
Yeah. Then Sunday, I'll look for Larson, of course, but with no practice or qualifying, there was no first run of the car. So Larson started out real loose. I had my race receiver in my ears. He said he wasn't able to turn the steering wheel more than an inch without wrecking the car. The big story was Corey LaJoy, which is kind of one of my co-workers per se, because he does stacking pennies at the studios. Almost won his first race. Chase Elliott made a late block. LaJoy caused a big crash, and now Elliott is a 3-time winner this season. First 3-time winner this season. Everybody clap.
Whoop, whoop.
Everybody clap.
And the best part was, because Yam got to be in victory lane and all that, he brought me home some Chase Elliott winning confetti.
Well, it's Quaker State confetti.
But it's Chase Elliott's win.
Yeah, true.
So,
I tried to bring the car home, but they wouldn't allow. Mr. H didn't like that.
it didn't fit in the trunk to come home.
No. They do have two interesting Chick-fil-A's down there. One's called the Dwarf, which is like the original one. More like a southern style Chick-fil-A, had fried okra. We didn't get to go to that one. We went to one, it was a Hawaiian one. I don't care the name of it. I mean, obviously Chick-fil-A, but they called it something different too. But they had burger with pineapple on it, chicken tacos, Hawaiian style nuggets, which is sweet and spicy. What'd you say?
I still don't like it.
Yeah, it was alright. It wasn't like you're not to cry home about. The southern one is one I want to try with the okra.
You mean you didn't slap your mama?
No. What's the mom say? I'll slap you back. Any other highlights we should talk about? Because this might be a quick episode. I don't think we have much to say this one. We couldn't get into real deep theology.
Well, you only have 1 minute anyway till we get to.
We can do this in parts.
Get to what?
We can do this in parts.
Oh, look how pretty.
Girl, I am trying to watch this in North Carolina Drive.
Well, I'm looking around. Ooh, there's a Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
Wait, this is the place where we saw that expensive mall that had nothing in it, right? Am I taking a left at this lot or the next one?
Next one. Also, I hear there's a lot of gang activity down here. But Cheesecake Factory is nice. So.
Wait a minute. Is this the bougie mall?
Yeah, it's the bougie mall we went to.
Oh, we're out. We could go over here by Louis Vuitton.
Because we were smelling a lot of, weren't we?
We smell weed everywhere up here.
I think.
Who's blowing?
I don't know. Oh, there's a lot of Nova around here. I don't want to work in downtown.
What?
Uptown. Too much traffic.
Uptown's overrated anyway.
I think there's parking by Cheesecake, so we don't have to walk through the whole mall.
We got 1 minute before we get to our destination.
Or 200 feet, whichever happens first.
Well, the 1 minute will happen before we get 200 feet to anywhere in Charlotte.
Well, that's true. Before we even, this light turns green.
So this is part 1 of this episode. All the way back, we'll film part 2 if you can see us.
It'll be dark. We'll see your teeth.
Yeah, we could probably turn it. No, I can turn the ISO up. I don't know. No, it'll work. It'll work in the dark.
I'll shine the phone light and it'll be a halo because we're angels.
One of us is. The other's not.
Oh, thank you.
I wasn't talking about you, sweetheart.
You're fired.
All right. This is part 1. Part 1's over. Part 2 will become after dinner. Amen.
Okay, bye, click.